Apple wants you to have a repair-friendly iPhone, but is it really repair-friendly? Yes, this is what you have to do in order to replace your iPhone 15 back glass. To start with the replacement of the rear glass on this iPhone 15, you need to hit the back glass first. That is the first step. After that, you need a blade, a sharp blade, in order to remove the broken piece of glass. Hopefully, the iPhone 15 doesn't have the same issue that I encountered while I did the back glass replacement on the iPhone 15 Pro. The heat gun needs to be positioned around the area where you're working directly, removing the broken glass. Doing it this way is going to make it easier to remove the broken glass. Surprisingly, it was easier to remove the broken glass at the bottom portion of this iPhone 15. I decided to break the glass on the back of this iPhone 15 before continuing to remove the broken glass. The glass needs to be broken in order to remove it easily and without damaging anything on the device. Since the bottom portion of the iPhone 15 doesn't have the piece of metal that is on the upper portion, I decided to add some heat resistance tape on that area in order to avoid having too much heat going on those components. With the new design of the iPhone 15, I was surprised to see that using a glue remover is going to work in the removal process of the back glass. At this moment, I didn't want to use the heat gun anymore, and I was going to go ahead and use the liquid glue remover in order to do the back glass replacement on this iPhone. Using heat certainly worked. I did use heat in order to remove the back glass on the iPhone 15 Pro, and that one worked well, but I wanted to try something new, something less difficult to do. Using the glue remover is that solution, and as you can see, it works really well. The process is very simple. Dip the blade inside the liquid glue, bring the blade near the glass and slide the blade between the glass and the metal frame, and you should be able to remove the glass. Using a blade like the one that I'm using is not the most efficient way to do it because the plastic handle is literally melting down. The glue remover that I'm using is called Goo Off, and it is a little bit strong. That's why the plastic is kind of melting down. Since the glue remover is working so well, one thing to be cautious about is not inserting the blade far inside in the area where you have the flex cable coming from the motherboard. Once all the broken glass has been removed, I will show you all the areas to be cautious about while you insert the blade. Currently, the flashlight is working and also the wireless charging is working. So everything is good with this iPhone 15. The broken glass directly above the wireless charging coil is very easy to remove because it doesn't have any glue or tape attached to the broken glass. But the only thing that I do not like about this is that the magnet around the wireless charging coil have the glue attached on it. So currently I'm doing the same thing that I did earlier. I dip the blade inside the solution and I bring the blade near the glass and put it between the glass and the frame of the device. So this is the right way to do it, and after you have the blade slightly inserted, you just need to pull it up and it is going to break the glass. So that is the reason why I broke the glass earlier, in order to have smaller piece of glass broken. That is easier to remove than having a big piece of glass. This is the last piece of glass that I need to remove before we break more glass. So at this point, you can see the bottom portion of the iPhone 15. It is literally exposed. You can see the loudspeaker. You can see also the Taptic engine and also some of the component of the charging module. The only flex cable is here. This is the flex cable coming from the motherboard, and if you insert the blade far inside, you can damage that flex cable. So around that area, be very careful not to insert the blade far inside. Directly above that cutout, you have another cutout for some other component. Those are fixed and solid components that have cables on the inside. They cannot be damaged easily with a blade going around or near them. Now we can go and do the camera glass area. This is the most difficult part of this whole process because the glass is thicker and it is more bulkier than the other portion of glass that is around the device. Obviously, you need this tool to break the glass. It cannot be done safely without it. So here again, I was very surprised to see that the glue remover is working on the camera glass area, because on my previous video with the iPhone 15 Pro, using the glue remover was useless and it never worked. Here again, I'm doing the same thing. Dip the blade inside the glue remover solution, bring the blade near the broken glass, and insert the blade between the broken glass and the frame of the device. Pull it upward in order to remove the glass. Also, when I broke the glass around the cameras, I made sure that I broke the glass that is in between the cameras. This piece of glass is very difficult to remove if it is not broken. The back glass on Apple devices is literally hugging the cameras, so if it is not broken, it cannot be removed. At this point, 99% of the back glass has been removed out of this iPhone 15. Before doing anything, I removed the flex cable of the wireless charging coil, flashlight, and external microphone that is attached on the motherboard. You need to remove one screw and a retaining plate. Now I'm going to start the cleaning of the iPhone 15, and the cleaning is simply removing all the glue that is still on the inside of the device. While removing the broken glass, I accidentally removed 4 magnets that I'm going to reinstall on the back of the wireless charging coil. Here is the iPhone 15 after I did the cleaning. You can see I removed all the double-sided tape that was on the inside of this iPhone 15, and I cleaned everything, and it is ready for the installation of the back glass. Before the installation of the back glass, we need to install the metal shield with the wireless charging coil on the back glass. This is the absolute right way to do this. You can see I added all the magnets that was missing. For the installation of this wireless charging and camera glasses metal shield, you need B7000. I'm going to add B7000 all over the back of this metal shield, except the areas where you can see component from the back of the iPhone 15. And also I didn't add any glue on the magnet like Apple had it with the double-sided tape on top of the magnet. Before you add the back glass on top of the metallic shield, make sure that you have the small mesh for the microphone. You can simply slide it inside, make sure that the camera lenses are inside and they are fully seated on the back glass. So at this point, B7000 is a glue that does not cure instantly. It is a glue that is going to stay in liquid state for at least 3 to 5 minutes and start the curing process. It is completely cured after 24 to 48 hours. So this is why I'm using super glue in order to have the metallic shield in place, not moving around while I try to reinstall the back glass. You just need a small tiny drop of super glue. It is going to work. Make sure that you do not use too much. Next, I hold the metallic shield and the back glass together and I blew some air on it for it to cure. This is only for the metal piece to stay in place before the installation of the back glass. If you have done everything right on the back glass, you will not see any stains or anything irregular. After connecting the flex cable coming from the wireless flashlight and external microphone, you just need to add the retaining plate and one screw to hold everything together. Make sure you blow some air on the cameras and also on the camera lenses before continuing. For the next step, if you do not have a really good double-sided tape, you can use B7000. This is what I did. You can see B7000 is in the place of the double-sided tape that Apple used. After adding B7000, you need to be quick in closing the device. Just align the back glass with the frame of the device, especially the camera glass area with the cameras. On the metal shield, you have a few pins that are designed to go on the inside of the iPhone in order to have the back sealed better. If you press on the back glass and it doesn't enter, you need to manually adjust the pin and apply pressure again for it to enter and close the back glass with the frame of the device. Next, I'm going to add some pressure clamps on the iPhone 15 for the back glass to be pressed on the frame of the device. So here's how the iPhone 15 looks with all these clamps on it. I'm going to have a timer and come back later. The iPhone 15 has been clamped for more than 30 minutes and I'm going to remove all the clamps and inspect the device for anything unusual or if anything is bad with this iPhone 15. If you use a little bit too much B7000, this is what you need to do in order to remove the excess B7000, the spills on the back glass. Simply brush the B7000 with your finger and it should come out of the back glass very easily. As you can see, the flashlight is working and also the wireless charging is still working. Everything is working on this iPhone. What do you think about this back glass replacement on the iPhone 15? Is it any easy or difficult?